Hi, this is Thomas with Cozy Grammar, speaking to you from my cozy writing yurt, where we're holding a session of Ask Cozy Grammar. These are sessions that we hold live and then record so that participants can review the answers that I offer afterwards, should they so desire. Our next question comes from Emery Boucher. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Emery, writing from Austin, Texas. And Emery asks a more general question. He asks, what are the tenses? And there are lots and lots of different ways, Emery, to think about the tenses. The easiest way that I know is the way that Marie, in fact, gives in her basic cozy grammar course. There she describes or defines tense as a change in the verb to show whether an action happened in the past, is happening in the present, or will happen in the future. Take, for example, the verb write, something that I do every day. If I'm talking about the past, I would use the past tense form of the verb write, which is wrote. For example, yesterday I wrote a letter. Because we use the past tense form of the verb wrote, we know we're talking about something that happened sometime before now, in this case, yesterday. If I'm talking about the present, I would use the present tense form of the verb write, which happens to be write. Now, I write a note to my father. We can also, since we're in the present tense, we can use a slight variation by using the helping verb am. Now, I am writing a note to my father. Both of those examples are in the present tense. They describe something that's happening right now. And if I'm talking about the future, I use the future tense form of the verb, which is will write. Tomorrow, I will write a story. Here, the will in front of the write shows us that we're speaking about something that has not yet happened, but will happen sometime after this point in time, whether it's an hour from now, or tomorrow, or a week from now, or further off in the future. In other words, tenses are our linguistic tool for time travel. They allow us to take our actions, our verbs, and move them through time. Move them to whatever time we want them to be in. And because time works the way that it does, when we move verbs through time, those verbs change form. They metamorphosize as they go through into the past or into the future or back into the present. So, Emery, here is a creative writing activity that you can play with to explore the idea of tenses and time. Write a story about something you want to do in the future. All of the verbs will be in the future tense. It might start, tomorrow I will, and then discover what you will do tomorrow. And it doesn't have to be very long. Maybe it's a paragraph, maybe it's 3 paragraphs. It's as long as your imagination suggests to you it wants to be. Then you enter your literary time machine and you make tomorrow into today. So instead of tomorrow I will, we'll make it today I am doing, and whatever that activity is. So take your same story and change all of those verbs into the present tense form of those verbs. Then go into your time machine one last time and take your story into the past. Yesterday I, and then write your story again, the same story, except change all of your verbs to the past tense. This will help you start understanding the tenses of verbs from the inside, if you will, from the experience of being a writer and a creator, which is where it really matters. And it will also show you something interesting, I think, about how the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense have a different feel to them. The past, you may discover, has more of a sense of finality to it, The present has more of a sense of life and spontaneity, whereas the future may suggest a sense of aspiration or of hope or of wishing or maybe of something that you discover that I haven't even yet named. So, Emery, I hope that helps to give you a good introduction to tenses, what tenses are and how they work. And more than that, I hope this gives you a chance to play with the tenses and to start discovering them for yourself.